it is clear that there are some in the House today will kill off this debate. Now, quite frankly, coming from the position that they come from, it is no great surprise that Sinn Féin have supported a petition of concern. It comes as no great shock. But I reserve, I have to say, the greatest criticism and the greatest disappointment for the position of the SDLP, because they are ensuring that those who carried out paramilitary attacks from whatever source, inflicted in whatever community, and Protestants and Catholics suffered alike. You know, Catholics suffered at the hands of the IRA, Protestants suffered at the hands of loyalist organisations, and vice versa. Yet they are ensuring that those people can still remain to be defined as a victim. And indeed, the victims are treated in the same way, in essence, as the perpetrators. Well, you'll have your opportunity, Mr McDevitt, to confess your crimes at a later stage in this debate, and I'll be happy to acknowledge that. But let us place this absolutely on the record. This will be blocked tomorrow, not simply because of the position of Sinn Féin, because Sinn Féin, even though every single one of them signed up to the petition of concern, there was not enough for them to carry it over the edge. It required the support of the SDLP. OK, I'll give way.
I do appreciate, Mr Speaker, that Mr Weir has given way in this regard, and I'm sure Mr Weir will agree with all of us in this House that at the heart of this debate must be victims. And I do think, in fairness to Mr Weir, that is a position he holds personally very dear to his heart. But will he accept that the Victims Forum, who was asked by this House and by the Office of the First and Deputy First Minister to indeed try and come to a definition, that very many members from both sides of our community, and not people who are particularly central to the conflict, are very unhappy with the bill as he has presented it. And it is for that reason, and because of the interests of victims and their opinions, that we are not comfortable with this.
I have to say, the members opposite can hide behind whatever excuse they want. You know, the reality is there is not, in dealing with the past, any sort of uniform view, but there is the truth. There is the truth, and members, Mr Speaker, on the opposite side of the House within the SDLP are trying to run away from the truth. They are trying to turn what should be something that is clear-cut into something that is grey. And let us be honest on it, petition of concern. Indeed, we were told by an SDLP spokesman at the weekend, it was a belief that, well, it wasn't really their petition of concern, they simply jogged in behind Sinn Féin and did them a favour by signing up to it. Well, if that were true, it does seem that the SDLP has become the tail just simply being wagged by the Sinn Féin dog. But actually that's not really the truth, because the SDLP had their petition of concern in before Sinn Féin put theirs in. It was placed with 9 names on Friday. It is only today that Sinn Féin have added their names to that. So rather than being, one might be described, if we use the parlance, the innocent victim, the SDLP are very much, in terms of killing off this bill, the perpetrator. Now, one wonders as well, if there were 9 signatures, what happened to the other 7? And we will wait to see whether or not there are any degree of divisions within the SDLP. But I have to say, in addition, even if there is some sort of Damascus conversion today, and the SDLP decide, on the balance of what has been argued, that perhaps they want to support that, because of the mechanisms of cross-community vote, and because once it is triggered, Sinn Féin themselves can actually, themselves alone, can actually represent the nationalist community in terms of percentages. They have not simply created a veto, but they have created it and handed it completely to Sinn Féin. I have to say, I think the SDLP position is shameful on this.